Talking Giants YouTube, happy Saturday. Welcome back to the channel. Today is Saturday, so you know what that means. We have two videos coming out today. Bobby's Giant Factor video is coming out a little bit later, but for right now, we are talking about 5 keys to victory against the Arizona Cardinals. The Giants are in first place in the NFC East. We're riding high, 4-game winning streak. Got to keep it up. Got to keep this division lead. Let's do it. Let's talk about these 5 keys to victory. Key to victory number 1. Be aggressive early in the game with the passing game, so then you get the lead. And then what can you do when you have a lead in the game of football? You can run the ball. You can run the ball in the second half. You can pound the rock. And the Giants have been one of the league's hottest rushing teams since Week 9 and over the course of the last quarter of the season. They've been one of the league's best rushing teams, and that has been without the legs of Daniel Jones. Doesn't matter what formation they are in. They are running the ball. They're averaging 5 yards a carry, 4 yards a carry. It doesn't matter how many guys are in the box. 8, 9, 10 guys are in the box. Teams know that the Giants are going to run the ball, and they have been running the ball at will, but it needs to come when you have a lead. The Giants have had double-digit leads in games the last couple weeks. Even when they were losing, they had double-digit leads in the second half. You need the efficient passing game early in games to get you that lead, to put points on the board, so then you can run the ball, because running the ball is not sustainable in the NFL, but if you have the lead, it certainly can be, because you can eat away at the clock and the time of possession. Key to the game number 2, limit Kyler Murray's legs. Through the first 3 quarters of this season, Kyler Murray was the most effective running quarterback in the National Football League. And the Arizona offense and the passing offense has kind of been average, but it has been Kyler Murray's legs that has made that offense above average. Through the last 3 games, Kyler Murray has only been averaging about 20 yards a game. So since he suffered that shoulder injury a couple weeks ago, maybe he's not running as much. Maybe he's making that decision for himself, so he's not taking hits, so he's not risking that. I don't know. But the rushing game for the Cardinals and from Kyler Murray has not been as great. Key to the game number 3, having Blake Martinez is really important. Despite Kyler Murray not running the ball very well the last couple weeks, this Cardinals offense is still a very dynamic rushing team. Probably the third or the second most dynamic rushing team, because the Rams have a really good rushing game. Kyle Shanahan has a really good scheme in the 49ers. We played both of those teams. And now Cliff Kingsbury, very creative running game, even though they're not an off-tackle running team anymore. But having Blake Martinez is really, really important. He's the captain of this defense. I'll even include a little clip from the podcast of how I talked about how Blake Martinez is my Giant Factor this week.
There is not a game where we need Blake Martinez more, in my opinion, than this one. We need him every game. He's the captain of the defense. He's calling plays. He's a play caller on that defense, but not a game that we need him more because of the dynamic rushing offense that the Cardinals have. They're not the outside zone scheme like they were last year, but Blake Martinez is still super, super important. If we want to be playing our linebackers a little further back, Martinez needs to be the guy that makes up space, and he needs to be the guy that cleans up from our defensive line. Our defensive line, we know they're going to do a good job filling their gaps. Somebody needs to be there to step up, take good angles, and be a tackler and a playmaker in the run game. Blake Martinez has been that guy. He's my Giant Factor. Hope he plays. Without him, it's going to be bad. I don't feel confident.
We didn't talk about that enough.
I know everyone likes to say next man up, but Blake Martinez has been one of the best interior linebackers in the National Football League. And if we are without him, that will stink. But he's also very important to this team if he does play, which I'm hopeful he does. Back injuries are tough. Key to the game number 4, Deandre Hopkins and his limited route tree. The last couple weeks, I'm showing all the next-gen graphics on the screen right now. Deandre Hopkins has only caught footballs on the left side of the football field. It's very, very strange. You would think for the best receiver in the game that the Cardinals will try to use him in some diverse ways and diversify his route tree a little bit. Everything has been like out routes or comeback routes to the sideline. So James Bradbury did a great job of keeping DK Metcalf to only catching things by the sideline and in the intermediate part of the game, nothing really deep. So hopefully the Giants and James Bradbury, they could do the same thing to Deandre Hopkins this week. A lot of Arizona fans are a little frustrated with how conservative they have been with DeAndre Hopkins, but does that open up things for everybody else? We shall see, but I trust Patrick Graham. I trust James Bradbury to shut down that side of the field and then also shadow to the other areas of the field so we're not allowing the big explosive plays and we're not allowing points consistently. Key to the game number 5, I can't believe I'm saying this because I'm usually not a guy that likes to talk about special teams very often, but we need to fix some of our mistakes on special teams. I'm really thinking specifically back to the Bengals game. Special teams almost cost us that football game. And I know Joe Judge, coming from the special teams background and being a stickler on the details, I know he'll fix them up. Also take advantage of some special teams fortunes for the Giants because the starting kicker for the Cardinals Gonzalez, is not playing. So take advantage of that. Let's go Giants. Let's go Giants. Big, important game. Once again, pretty much every single game that is left this season is against a very good team, besides the Cowboys week 17, but every single game holds a tremendous amount of importance in winning this division. So, got to do it again tomorrow against the Arizona Cardinals, 1 p.m. MetLife Stadium. We will see you Monday for a victory podcast. Peace.